Hi, welcome to Aquamarine. This reading is going to be for Taurus. Hi Taurus, how are you? I was just doing some downloads right before the reading, trying to get into Taurus headspace. So I feel like a lot of people are feeling like heavy burdens, might be due to high expectations, and I think really trying to look ahead, and because things are so like uncertain right now, I feel like it's just a lot of frustration, and I think that that is not just Taurus, that's a lot of signs, just with everything that's going on. And I think that people are in a state of feeling like helpless, like they just want to do something. And I think that a lot of that that I was feeling was really something that everybody's feeling, not just Taurus. I've been doing personal readings all day, and it's kind of been the running theme. And I'm also getting that someone, or maybe some of you, are kind of in this state of like a self-protection mode, like not wanting to open your heart to something. I'm not really sure what that's about. Could just be that you're dealing with a Capricorn, which is probably not the best thing. But for those of you that are making it work, even with a Capricorn, more power to you. Okay, so the reading, I'm going to start out with Animal Spirit, get a few cards from there, and then we'll do the reading with the Wild Unknown Tarot, and that'll be just like trying to get the energies around you and kind of where you're headed. And then I'll finish up the reading with a message, the spirit messages. All right, so let's get started. All right, so what messages do we have for Taurus? What messages do we have for Taurus? I hope everybody's making the best of their time at home. If you are stuck at home in, any kind of job where you can't work at home, my suggestion, just find something to do. Obviously, there's so much that it takes to maintain a home. You can always make things better. I'm doing spring cleaning. I did some board games with the kids today, so I'm just trying to take advantage of it, and I hope you do the same. And that's not to be insensitive to anybody that actually is being directly affected, their health by this situation, or maybe their family members. My heart goes out to you. All right, so what card do we have for Taurus? Okay, well, these are kind of opposite energies, aren't they? So we have the Lamb and the Firefly. So let's see what the book has to say about these. I love these cards. Oh my goodness. Why is it taking forever for me to find this? Just because I'm on. Okay, so the Lamb is the bearer of an important message. Its contents can only be heard when a deep level of quiet has been established. Lamb energy is the honest guidance you hear from an old friend, a young child, or sometimes a surprising stranger. Though the Lamb's message may channel through another person, the wisdom resonates within you. It will repeat and reverberate until you listen. Approach this gentle creature with utmost patience and reverence. Truth is a gift. Sit still, listen, and receive. So this is, and it says, peaceful, prophetic, and patient. And for the Firefly, oh, I think oh, there it is. Inspired and fantastic, yet fleeting. The Firefly contains the light of 1,000 stars. It's pure, radiant, and illuminating. This high-frequency charge cannot be sustained for long. Therefore, the Firefly card indicates a moment of inspiration or awakening that quickly fades if we do not catch it. There is Firefly energy behind every poem, song, and invention. Our job is to be ready to harness this creative spirit when it graces our path. What can you do to support this precious and elusive light? Okay. So I'm feeling like, well, definitely with the Firefly, I got the energy of people just, especially in this situation, being stuck at home and so forth, is just using it to your advantage and, you know, opening up the creative process. A lot of the personal readings that I've been doing have, like I said before, I've had this theme of kind of helplessness, but also this this call to be creative and to you know, write, paint, read, get lost in the imagination of a book. I mean, it's just something that's positive to focus on, because essentially what it feels like is just the overall vibration of the world is just so low with fear and with the, you know, not knowing. And I think that Taurus in particular really is feeling that, you know, kind of like lack of security. And it's so important to you know, focus on the things that we can control, focus on the things that you have gratitude for, especially if, you know, you're in the safety of your home and this is not directly affecting your health or anyone in your family. I just feel a strong urge to bring about peace, you know, bring about peace in the world. And the way that you can do that is just trying to keep your vibe high and those around you. If we all did that, then we would really change the whole vibration of the earth right now, which would be amazing. Okay, so let's get into the reading. All right, what messages? No, not what messages. What is Taurus going through right now? Thanks for your patience. I do personal readings, but this is new, being on video and like talking to myself. I'm not used to it yet. So many awesome tarot readers out there on YouTube, and I guess you just have to jump in and do it, because they all just come out the gate like pros, and I want to be them when I grow up. All right, so what do we have? All right, well, can't be better than that. The overall energy is the sun. That's the bottom of the deck. So there's definitely positivity being radiated. And maybe for Taurus, that is part of your mission in all of this, is to raise the positivity. So you come out as the Ace of Pentacles. So this is definitely your energy, and maybe what you are doing is trying to see the opportunity in the situation that everybody's going through. Maybe it's not even about this. Maybe it's a new opportunity to help others out or bring security to your family. Yeah, what else am I getting for the Ace of Pentacles? Let's see. This is like an opportunity to look at how you can be self-sufficient. That's coming through. Yeah, that's what I'm getting for your situation. So, in your recent past, we have the Death card. So, there may have been some endings of cycles, and it's interesting that your current is the Ace of Pentacles. So that's definitely brand new beginnings and new opportunities. So I think that there must have been some situation or cycle that has completed in your recent past. You may have been dealing with, I'm getting Pisces or a water sign. Let's see. I feel like there was if you were dealing with a water sign, I feel like you were dealing with someone that was really extravagant, like eccentric. That's the word I'm looking for. And moody, and you may have really cared for this person, but the moods just, you know, there had to be an end to it. If it's not love, not sure what it is then. Could just be a friend. It could be, it definitely feels like a water sign though. Some kind of like roller coaster of emotions that is over. So that could have been your own self. It could have just been that you're really in your feelings, because in your, what it shows in the near future is heartbreak. The Three of Swords. So this could just be the final kind of ending to whatever cycle. Sometimes even when it's what's best for us, it can still really hurt. I mean, but swords also represent truth and clear thinking. So I think that sometimes it's just the pain of the truth that you might be facing. Because in your subconscious, you get the Star. And this is all about hope and faith and healing. So I think this is really what I'm getting from this reading is, and it may not be all of you, it's just whoever's energy I'm picking up on, but they're really going to have to heal from deep down inside out. And you know what? That's true healing, actually, is when you bring that starlight in and into your subconscious to really shine a light on where you were hurting. And especially because if it's something that you feel like you attracted, then you don't want to continue that. So like, what did I do wrong? Or, you know, I'm not saying that, you know, if you're a self-blamer, please don't go down that route. Most of us are, but really trying to see what lessons were learned, and those could be painful lessons. What's in your conscious mind, what's been on your mind, is the Ten of Coins, and this is awesome. Especially having that Death card in your past, this is what's on your mind, and you know what you're living. You're working on the legacy to leave your family. You're working on, you know, long-term plans for your family. And I think that that's kind of what I was picking up on before I started the reading was this feeling of, the feeling of unknown makes it a little difficult to make those plans, obviously. So I think that that's probably where you're going to really have to look, you know, inside and see where do you want to go and how can you make that happen even even during these times. So let's see what the outcome will be for that. Give me one card for the outcome, please. All right, so we have Five of Wands. So Five of Wands is struggle and competition and just kind of, I mean, you see how the card is just like everything's kind of up in the air. But this is also always, when you're looking at wands, this could be talking about developing new skills or healthy competition. What else am I getting for Taurus on Five of Wands? It's not where I was going with this. Let's see. I mean, it's talking about change, which all of us are going through changes. I think that maybe there's some idea or maybe there's some plan that you should reconsider. I feel like there's a plan that you should reconsider, and you know, because I feel like that frustration is really just, I just need another card for that. I'll get a little clarity on that one. Two of Wands. Well, I mean, it goes back. Yeah, it kind of goes along with what I was saying, is like there's, you know, planning for the future. I feel like this is definitely a future plan and you're feeling like it's all up in the air. So, I mean, try to pare down what your end goals are, but at the same time, like this, everything is happening day by day. Like, one day they're saying, you know, no gatherings of 250 people, and then, you know, all of a sudden it's 50 people. So take it day by day. And I know this is not necessarily what Taurus is used to doing. I mean, I know that they like to have everything planned out and kind of have a guideline to go by at the very least. There's just really no map for this adventure right now, unfortunately. And I think that as soon as you kind of relax, use this as restful time, reconnect with family and those that you care about, make sure you're keeping in contact with them. I think that it's not a time for any of us to really think long term until we know how long this is going to take, and you know how it's going to play out. Yeah, so that's all I'm getting for that. All right, well, let's see what the spirit message is, and we'll take one or two of these, see what wants to come out. Caregiver. Can you see that? Okay. So it says, we are with you. This, and spirit has its own way of recognizing the care and love you provide to others, especially at the end of their lives, just as you received care and love at the start of your life. Caregivers often focus all their attention on their loved ones and often neglect their own concerns and well-being in the process. I'm sure there are a lot of caregivers out there right now. In my previous job, I worked with a lot of people that were caregivers, and they are a special brand of people. So for any of you Taurus caregivers out there, cross watchers, I am sending positive vibes to you, because I know this has got to be hard, especially if you're dealing with someone that's actually going through all the symptoms of this virus. Okay, so this other card is embrace the moment. Exactly what I was saying before. Embrace this day, this very moment. Think positively today and repel those negative thoughts. Try not to judge yourself or others. This may be harder than you think. What is actually happening is that you're changing your energy. This definitely wraps up our reading really well, because this is what I've been feeling, is like we just kind of have to look at the bright side. And I know it's really difficult. It's easier said than done, especially you know, everyone's going through this differently. Where I'm at, it's not, the lockdown is not like really bad yet. But I know, you know, I have relatives that are in Europe, and it's been really difficult. And so there's all the gamut in between. So I understand that it's easier said than done. But just, again, try to embrace the moment, like it said, and try to do something creative and positive. And if you do nothing else, then raise the vibration of your home, then that's a win. And I had this almost exact same message for Aries. It's just really, Spirit is really trying to tell us to keep positive and not to allow this this fear to take us over if we can help it. Okay, well, that's all I have. Thank you so much for watching, and just remember that the universe has your back, and so do I. See you next time.